Well, welcome back everybody. I've had a couple of requests for chicken broth and rabbit broth and how to make it, and I'm just going to show you how I make mine. It's really simple. And then after that we're going to make dumplings. So let's get with it here. I have the unlucky candidates here. Some pitiful looking little chickens, but they'd work. Pick any leftover feathers off of them, and you chuck them in the pot. And this is my pressure cooker, so we're gonna make sure we got them good and clean. And nobody wants dirty chicken in their broth, that's for sure. Since these were not exactly meat birds, but they work really well for broth and for chicken and dumplings. So that's what we're going to do. So we chuck them in there. As always, clean hands in between handling your meat. And then we're going to fill it up. And what you want to do is have the water just above the meat. That way you're not heating excessive water. And plus, 4 chickens in there will give you some really good tasting broth. So let's fill this up real quick. Or as quick as my faucet will fill it up. You want to try to get out any air bubbles if you can, because that just inhibits your pressuring while you're pressure cookering. And of course, the amount of water equals the amount of broth you're going to get. So if you put 2 gallons in there, you're going to get 2 gallons of broth. So let's take our chicken in a bath over here to the stove. Get it ready. Now I don't add anything in here. I just leave it just the chicken in the water. Get my pressure cooker. And we'll turn the stove on. We got a nice gas stove with a power burner to power boil, so that'll make it go quick. So now whenever the pressure comes up, we'll take it off and show you what we got whenever we get done cooking it. So we'll be right back. Alright, we got how much pressure, so let's get the pressure back down. So we're going to turn our burner down. Not completely off, but way down. And we're going to let it cook. We're going to set our timer for 10 minutes. And in 10 minutes we'll come and turn it off and let it cool down. Alright, a little co-pilot here. But the timer is done. So we're going to turn the timer off. We're going to shut the burner off. And we have to wait until the pressure zeroes out before we can do anything more to this. So we'll get back with you when it's time. Say hello, Doc. Say I'm a little sleepy puppy. Alright, now that the pressure is down, we're going to take the juggler off the pressure cooker. And open it up. You'll have to watch because this part can get really hot. As a matter of fact, I'm going to get a couple of oven mitts. Always know in advance where you're going to put the lid whenever you do this. So right now, this lid's going to go back here in the back. Out of the way. Now, we have 4 well-cooked chickens and a lot of the yummy broth. So let's pour this broth off of the chickens. And what I have here is a colander set up on a pan that I'm going to make my dumplings in. So this is the easy peasy way to strain your broth off. Just try not to splash it on you because it's still warm. And it looks like I'll have more than I need. So what we're going to do is take the colander out and move it over to the next pan. And we will set this one on the stove. Now that's what we're going to cook our dumplings in. Now don't they look good? Alright, now we're going to pour the rest of the broth off, because I don't want to leave a job half done. And the reason I use a colander is to keep any of the meat pieces from falling down into the broth, because you never know which piece is going to fall in. Alright. Now that leaves a lot of chicken in here that we can pick pieces off and put chicken into our dumplings as we want. And we'll keep whatever chicken is left or feed it to the chickens as food scraps, because they need calcium too. So I know it's kind of a cannibalistic way to look at it, but that's the way it is. So that's how I make my broth. So now you can it however you normally can broth. It doesn't matter what method you use. I use the recipes in the ball canning guide. You can find them all over the internet. They're all pretty much the same. You put it in a jar, seal it up, and pressure it to make sure the seal is good. And you follow the directions for your location. So this is it. I'm going to pick some dumplings for us for supper, and we're going to eat. So see you on the next video.